breeze blowing as the grey Gift of the Heart goes forward. They stand, they're set, they're racing in the first on Magic Millions Day. Salt Lake Shake had won the start easily. Gift of the Heart away well from Chino, DIVA and On Plein Air. Over on the inside, Best of the Gods hunting through now. Chris Parnham digging up hard on Chino, DIVA, trying to push across and find the back of Salt Lake Shake down on the rail there. And he was able to do that. Further back in the field then to Special Sort, being followed by One Above All. And out the back last is Like No Other. They go up to the top of the course, 900 from home, and the leader Salt Lake Shake carving out a good gallop in front, leads the way by 2, the grey Gift of the Heart. A similar margin, Chino, DIVA, a length and a half to On Plein Air. Down on the inside, Best of the Gods off the bridle, yielding ground. Special Sort well back in the field from One Above All and Like No Other. Towards the turn, Salt Lake Shake dashing away from them. 400 left to go. Can it get the trip? Salt Lake Shake leads by 3, Gift of the Heart. Now Parnham sets out after the pacemaker with the favourite Chino, DIVA. Putting in its run as well as On Plein Air. Salt Lake Shake led them at the 200 by 2 to Chino, DIVA responding. On Plein Air, Like No Other from the back of the field, charging home as Chino, DIVA goes to Salt Lake Shake. On Plein Air, Like No Other coming, but Chino, DIVA will win it. Chino, DIVA beat Like No Other, a big run from last. On Plein Air third, they beat off Salt Lake Shake, followed home by Special Sort. In behind them, Best of the Gods, One Above All, and Gift of the Heart last to greet the judge. Fine effort here once again by this Machino mare, Chino, DIVA. Again, she had to dig in and find. Pace was on. They've run 1:17.18. Salt Lake Shake had them off the bridle, chasing that very hot tempo set in front by Lucy Fiore, but she was equal to the occasion, and equally so a big run by Like No Other from last and charging down the middle of the course. Fabulous performance to get as close as he has to Chino, DIVA. On Plein Air in third placing, and Salt Lake Shake weakening back there to finish fourth. Half a length the short neck, the margins. Chino, DIVA has now won 3 of her last 5. She's by Machino from Radiant Diva, a daughter of Lonhro, owned by Jimmy Anderson, L. Coleman, Ms. J. Taylor, Ms. C. Adams, Mrs. V. M. Adams, Mrs. V. Knott, S. Bowler, E.J. Fitzgerald, and Mrs. D. Pratt, and Ms. P.J. Skidmore, prepared by Donald O'Connor and ridden today by Chris Parnham. And didn't Chris just ride her an absolute peach? Dug her up, saw a spot behind Salt Lake Shake, made a beeline for that position behind the pacemaker, and then got to work on her in the last 250 to haul in. Salt Lake Shake had taken off and had established a big lead, but she was equal to the occasion, and a mare that's in fabulous form. Like No Other, second home, mighty run by Ducimus from Inimitable, Sharon Miller, Troy Turner. On Plein Airs by Universal Ruler from Alpio Mai in the yard of Grant and Alana Williams, and handled there by Clint Johnston Porter. Race 2, the Witterson's Higher Service Handicap. We're onto the straight course for the next event. -5 Silver Eye and 7 Under Influence, leaving us with 7 to run. It will be a pay 1-2 in the next event of the day. Let's go downstairs and we'll catch up here with Lockie Taylor. Donald O'Connor also heading across, and there's something to be said about this mare and her great versatility. She can do it all ways, and she knows how to find the line.
Certainly can, Darren. Thank you very much. And Donald joins me now. Donald, Darren was just touching upon this mare's toughness and versatility, and once again that was on display today.
It was. I was a little bit worried with the hot pace and Chris firing her up there to stay in touch. You know, I thought, oh, maybe it's one run too many, but when it came down to it, she's always been tough, and that's probably half her problem. She's just too tough, you know. Other than that, she would have gone to the paddock before now, you know.
How have you viewed her preparation this time in? Because from afar it looks like she's really come of age.
She has come of age, but behind the scenes it's taken an awful lot of work by everybody involved with her. 6 to 7 runs first in, you would have thought, you know, she's pretty ordinary, she's not going to do a whole lot more, but the work at home was too good. She just wasn't transitioning to the races, and it took her to about race 11 or 12 to kind of really figure it out and what to do and how to do it, you know.
Does she go to the paddock now, or is there one more in her?
Look, while the ground is good and she keeps pulling up well, I think we're a bit eager to stay on the good ground and give her a good break during the winter, you know. But we'll assess her when we get her home. We'll give her a couple of days. We won't make up our mind until those few days are over, you know.
A great training performance. Well done.
Thanks very much, Lachie. Cheers.
There's Donald O'Connor, and here's Michael Heaton catching up with Chris Parnham.
Yes, Chris, they went pretty quick in front there. Looked like this mare had a nice run, but still a tough effort to fight off those swoopers from behind her.
Yeah, speed was on, which probably suited her. 1500 just wasn't up her alley that last start. 1300 was much better suited for her, and got a nice run, and yeah, she did well to fight him off.
She's been in work for a long time. Donald was just talking about that. How was her behaviour today? Any signs that she may have had enough after this lengthy prep?
She's had a long prep, so you know, she's probably coming to the end of it, but she was well behaved today. Huge thanks to Chris Nicol, who's done all the work on this horse, and even up until Tuesday morning. So yeah, thanks, Chris.
Who's the best of the rest for Chris Parnham today, and what is a spectacular book of rides for you?
I've got a lot of good rides. A lot of favourites, so it'd be hard to pinpoint one, but I'm looking forward to the 2 Magic Millions races.
Hopefully we're speaking again later. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Chris Parnham is kick-starting what could be a huge day for him in the saddle. He combines with Donald O'Connor and CHINO DIVA to take out the first here at Pinjarra.
Yeah, we get a bit of cover for a while, and then.
No change to the running order. Down the side now to approach Racecourse Village at the 800 metres, and Convena still has a healthy break, led by 5 to Tappy's Land in second, taking the field up to the leader Convena. Counter in third, Abiba in fourth. Nothing has changed. Then Kuda to there. Chassain makes a move, going around them 3 and 4 wide as Abiba tries to get off the rail. Iverson right behind Abiba. Age of Sail now travelling into the picture. Then came Linthorpe Lad, Chateau Park Aldenary, and Bedford Square whipped them in. They thunder for home. 400 left to run. Convena came back to them quickly, tackled by Tappy's Land and Counter. Chassain loomed up. Abiba near the inside. Age of Sail battling reasonably well, and Aldenary down the outside. Tappy's Land, a big odds now, grabbed by Chassain.